to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we are back once again in this Saturday evening, and we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho. And with me tonight is Mr. Tarver.
A little less cold medication this time.
Little less loopy.
A little less drugs.
So I've got to ask, before we get into this, I got to ask these guys a question, the guys that are watching. Were you guys able to hear my intro music? I've been kind of struggling with some computer issues, as usual today. Let me know. Post on there, say, hey, yeah, we heard your intro music, because we got a big clip we're going to play, and I don't want it to be like 10 minutes of dead air space on Facebook Live.
Us just sitting
and
here.
We're just going to chit-chat for a minute. Let us know, because I think they're probably, if they started it from the whatever.
We got a yes.
Okay, we are good to go. So we're going to do some, what have you been up to? We'll do the small talk first. What have you been up to, sir?
I've been sick, man.
Yeah, he's
I was sick. I shouldn't even come to the podcast last time. I really shouldn't.
Nah,
even though I wasn't contagious, I was. Well, I'd sit there and it's bothered me because I had a good point to make. I was sitting there and I just drift off in a Benadryl haze. Like I don't remember what I was going to say.
You did pretty good though.
Okay, I bluffed it then.
You did good. You did great. So, I've got my cheese here today.
Got the cheese.
I got my cheese.
You done got me hyped for the cheese, man. I'm like, cheese is that good?
It's just Swiss cheese. I just like Swiss cheese. It's got that nutty flavor.
Okay.
So
there you cheese connoisseur.
When I think it won't make me fat, yeah.
Okay.
So hey, I gotta throw something out there, and people are gonna be like, they're gonna blow their mind a little bit. So I called you and I talked about a new gun. Well, it's not a brand new gun, but it's like this new package that I was looking at.
We got changes taking place here.
Possibly. So I'm in no position. I'm in no position to purchase right now. Maybe in a couple months. But I've been looking at.
Now wait a second. Before we get into this,
oh no.
One of the guns you were very impressed with last week or a couple of weeks ago with your shooting and potentially turned into a run gun.
Was that Ruger?
A revolver.
A Ruger LCR.
Scandalous.
I still love that gun.
Okay.
And I actually shot it some more. Ooh. And I'm probably going to go shoot it tomorrow some more.
For years, you've been hating on revolvers.
I don't know. I like that little Ruger.
Okay. Now,
that air weight, I'll throw that Smith Wesson air weight in the freaking garbage, though. I hate that thing.
They're nice for weight, but they're not. I like the Ruger. I like the LCR.
It's like someone tased me in the hand every time I pull the freaking trigger.
Can you believe they make those in 44 Magnum?
It's freaking punishment right there.
Can you imagine shooting a 44 Magnum air weight?
I'd do it, though.
Once.
I do it. I shoot that DB9. That DB9 is almost more comfortable than that Smith & Wesson air weight.
So, getting that out of the way, you're pondering.
I'm pondering
a new firearm now.
I do. I don't like little guns, and I don't have this thing yet. I'm still pondering my decision here.
Okay.
My sanity.
All right.
I was looking at the SIG P.
What?
Yeah, the SIG. Oh, SIG. I can't believe I'm saying it.
A little gun. A SIG.
A P365.
365.
XL.
Okay, it's a little bigger.
A little bit bigger. It feels good in my hand.
All right.
I it's got that nice grip on it. I've shot one once, and I really liked it. And they got this new package out now.
What? It's got features.
It's got features.
What kind of features?
It's got a red dot on it.
Oh, man.
I know. It's got a red dot on it. I just don't know. I'm not buying it because the red dot.
What?
I'm not buying it because the red dot, but
you looking at the package with the red dot.
I am.
Oh man.
I don't know that I'm going to say I don't think red dots make people more accurate, but it'll make them quicker. Does that make sense?
Right.
I still believe in iron sights, and I haven't pulled the trigger on this yet, but I'm I'm certainly considering it pretty hard.
You got to get it.
I might.
You got to get it.
I went and held one the other day. It had the red dot on it, and it just was nice.
The crow you're going to have to eat, though.
Oh, yeah. Because I spent a couple days of the week. I think I went in. I held one on. I held one. Excuse me. I held one on Friday.
Right.
And on Wednesday, I was defending my reasoning for hating red dots.
Okay.
To a gentleman on text message, and I was saying, "Oh, they're bad. They're this. They're that." And come Friday, I might buy one.
All that revolver talk.
Oh, I know.
All that red dot talk. All that minigun talk.
People can evolve.
Okay.
People can evolve, Tarver. That's just, yeah. I'm evolving.
Okay. They're still going to give you grief.
I know they are. They're freaking horrible. Well, you know what? You evolved too.
Okay.
You used to like the 40.
I still like a 40.
Yeah, but you're into the 9 world now, right?
I don't have a choice. Everything's coming out 9.
I'm kind of that way with red dots. Everything's coming out with a freaking red dot.
The problem with red dots is people need to learn how to shoot without them.
They do.
And then as a extra, yeah, if you like it, go for it.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%.
I mean, lasers have their point, their position too. There's uses.
Yeah. Okay, we got to get off that topic.
Now we got to get you a laser.
No,
Gotta get you a laser.
I'll get a laser for training.
Okay.
So, hey, I went
fastest target acquisition made laser. You can be on target.
So let's
before the gun
let's
gets
talk
to your
about
head.
let's talk about lasers. Lasers,
Here we go.
Lasers
Record
are okay.
this now.
Yeah, lasers are okay.
All right.
But I see too many people rely on the laser, and they will not use their sights.
Exactly. Well,
and they don't dial the laser in right, and then you can see when they squeeze the trigger, the laser jumps like freaking 4 feet, left, right, up, down, whatever it might be, and they wonder what the hell's going on.
Well, like I said, even with the red dot, you need to learn how to shoot, dial in your fundamentals.
Right.
Get your trigger pull, get your grip, get everything dialed in, get it good. And then if you want to do it. But don't rely on.
Yeah. I will say, and I know they're the manufacturer, the big manufacturer, but Crimson Trace, I've seen some good videos at Crimson Trace. Of course, they're going to make them all look good, but
right.
I mean, they got some pretty decent videos showing why you might need an actual laser. And, you're shooting from a position where you don't want to
flat of your back or something.
Yeah, you can't get a good sight picture on the gun. You're shooting around something, but you get that laser on someone, and if it's dialed in correctly, that's pretty much where your shot's going to go. Yeah. I mean, so I see good reason for it.
But it makes people lazy.
It does.
Because then they see the laser on somebody and they just, squeeze it like they're milking a cow and go for it. And
you still have to have the trigger press.
You still have to work, put in some practice. And if you do that and you find your flaws and then you want to add it in, go for it.
Yeah, so we'll see. Todd is evolving.
Okay.
I'm evolving.
That's what you're calling it, huh?
Yeah, and yes, I'm evolving.
Okay.
And the podcast is evolving too. So I want to throw out there, I've spent all afternoon trying to figure out how to make some stuff work. If you're on Facebook or any of those things, or even YouTube, maybe you saw my little test video I did today. So I'm trying to stream this to more platforms. Right now, tonight, we're just doing Facebook Live. It seems to be functioning well with a better computer. Go figure. But I'm trying out a platform to stream it to 2 or 3 different live streaming platforms. I haven't got the bugs worked out, but hopefully in the near future, we'll be going on YouTube Live, and what's that other one called? Twitch.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, and possibly Instagram. I don't know. I have to look into it. I just paid some money and thought it might work, and now I got to figure it out. So,
all right,
I just throw money at it.
Hey, you should be in government.
Yeah, there you go. That works. So, hey, I got one more thing I want to throw out there.
Okay.
I went running this morning, and with my daughter's boyfriend.
Okay.
And my daughter and my wife went walking, and it was rather early, and it was kind of dark, and I figured they'd be okay, but my wife has a permit. She doesn't have to have a permit permit to carry now in Idaho, but she has a permit. So I hooked her up with a little bag and her little G43 oats. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad she don't watch this. And her little G43.
Yeah, that could come out bad. No,
Yeah.
we're picking on the guy who had his running oats.
Oh, that. Yes.
Oh shit, you wasn't with me.
Yeah, I wasn't with you on that one.
Dang.
So got her with her G43, but you know what? She doesn't go shoot a lot. She really doesn't. But I figured she could, if she needed to stop someone, whatever, she could do that. I went and outfit. I got this little Velcro Kydex holster that I could stick that G43 in and put it in the bag. And guess what I forgot? She's left-handed.
Okay.
So that throws a little different mix into it, right? And so what I'm saying is be prepared. If you got someone in your house besides you that you might want to carry a gun, it pays to have left-handed stuff.
Oh, man.
Left-handed gear. I mean, it really does. Because she's like, I put it all together for her last night. And I said, okay, this is what you're going to do. And she's like, yeah, I'm left-handed. And I went, oh, crap. So be prepared, right? Be prepared. That's the moral of the story today.
That's what the LCR is for. Here you go.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to start this. We got big news out of Virginia.
Okay.
It's just boiling.
Monday.
And would you say that it started to boil over already?
It's
A little bit.
people. Yeah, and
It's coming Monday.
it's Monday.
Monday. We're going to find out what happens.
And they're trying to pass stuff now, which I don't even understand. It's like,
yeah.
how are you passing stuff now?
People are showing up Monday to lobby against this.
Right.
And they're taking that away from them.
But you don't have the new legislators in there yet.
They're going to do whatever they want to do. So there was this I'm going to call it heartfelt. This lady came out and did this
Passionate, yeah.
Yeah, passionate, heartfelt video on YouTube, and it was her name was Melanie M. Norton, and she labeled the video "Final Stand in Virginia," and her YouTube channel is True Conservatives. Thanks for joining us, Paul. True Conservatives, the True Conservatives Minutes. That's the name of her YouTube channel. We're going to go ahead and I kind of cut it. It's kind of long. It might be, and this thing might be like 9 or 10 minutes long, but I think you've heard it, and I think it's worth listening to, don't you?
If you get a few minutes, go spend some time and check it out.
So we're going to
It's
play
16 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to play a portion of it, and her and some other people that live over there in Virginia have gathered up this, what would you call it? The statement, proclamation of what they want to do, right?
Declaration, yeah.
A declaration. So I'm going to go ahead and play that, and then we will discuss it afterwards.
With my whole heart, I consider myself a patriot, an American patriot. I love my country, and I love my fellow Americans. And this is my last-ditch effort to prevent anybody from getting harmed, to prevent anybody from going down a path that we can't come back from. Governor Northam, I believe, decided in his head that if he snuck this emergency session in and voted on these bills behind the backs of the people of Virginia, that somehow he would prevent the 100,000 people that are going to Virginia on the 20th from showing up. Instead, what he has done is changed their motivation for going. See, everybody's still going. We're still going to show up on your doorstep and demand that you adhere to the Constitution of these United States. The problem is, there's nothing to lobby now. There's nothing to protest now. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want to see anybody's life ruined. I don't want to see anything like that at all, because I love my fellow Americans. So with my whole heart, Ralph Northam and your posse of tyrannical, unconstitutional betrayers of the people, This is, in fact, your final notice to cease and desist and demand for immediate remedy. We, the people et al., on behalf of the citizens of the Commonwealth of the State of Virginia, do hereby demand that you immediately stop your current course of action. You have been found by the citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia and the citizens of the United States of America to be guilty of violating the Constitution of the United States of America, which binds you to the same, and for which conditional entry into the Union is granted contingent on adherence. During the 2019-2020 legislative session, you have proposed and enacted unconstitutional and therefore illegal as implied legislative measures with the direct purpose and intent of stripping Virginia citizens from their sovereign rights as guaranteed and protected by the Constitution of the United States, which is an authority greater than your own and to which you are required to adhere to protect and defend as conditional entry into the Union. Having subjected your case to a panel of we the people of the United States of America, it has been unanimously determined that the named defendants representing the Commonwealth of Virginia are guilty, either by direct action or failure to act in the prevention of at least and not limited to the following 7 breaches. 1. Amendment 1 to the Constitution of the United States, shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. 2. Amendment 2. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, that the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. 3. Amendment 4 to the Constitution of the United States. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things being seized. That refers to red flag laws. 4. Amendment 5 to the Constitution of the United States. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in land or naval forces or in the militia when in actual service of time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any crime case to be a witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. Also refers to red flag laws. Amendment 9 to the Constitution of the United States. The enumeration of the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people as individuals. Amendment 10 to the Constitution of the United States. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. In other words, your authority ends where the Constitution begins. Number 7. all persons born, Number 7, Amendment 14 to the Constitution of the United States, Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of the citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protections of laws. Due to the nature of the offenses against the citizens of Virginia, properly identified as American citizens by law and constitute, this notice is to inform you that if you do not immediately stop and repeal all acts of tyranny, oppression, and violation of constitutional rights against the citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia, that legal action may be taken against your individual persons, which include but are not limited to termination of position held, civil litigation, criminal prosecution. This is your final notice and demand for remedy. You must immediately rescind any legislative bills which seek to oppress the citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia and tender your resignation from office. Failure to comply swiftly and immediately prior to the January 20th legislative session will result in legal action which will commence effective January 21st, 2020. This notice, as we speak, is being emailed to every single person who represents the governing body of the Commonwealth of Virginia. Ralph Northam, as governor, has been identified as the key representative for those individual persons. This is our last-ditch effort. This is your final warning. Please uphold the oath of office you swore when we, the people, decided to allow you the privilege to represent us in government. Your failure to do so has resulted in this. This is not a skit. This is not a meme. This is absolute real life. We are prepared to defend our rights. This is not a minor infraction. What you're threatening against us right now is the inheritance guaranteed to our children and our grandchildren. We will not tolerate it. Ralph Northam of the Commonwealth of Virginia, you are hereby put on notice by we the people et al. You must immediately stop this course of action. God save the Republic. Good night.
So there you go. I mean, I thought that was a great little YouTube clip, a great sound bit. I mean, she's not that guy with the mask on that's ranting behind the
Hooping and hollering.
AR-15 and you know, making it look like he's part of the militia. I mean,
she has counted the cost, and she is pleading for this not to happen because anybody who's serious don't want this to happen because you're going to have to die.
Oh yeah. And I don't know. Monday's the day, man. Monday's the day. They can't. So according to her, they aren't showing up to lobby anymore, but they are still going to show up in force. We hope. I don't know what that is. But.
Okay.
They're still going to show up in force, hopefully.
Right.
But they can't lobby because they already voted on stuff, didn't they? Is that what they did? How did that work? You tell me.
My understanding is that actually I have a story right here from the Gateway Pundit.
Oh, okay.
A Virginia judge rules no guns allowed at pro-gun rally in an open carry state. Now, the open carry is the law.
Right.
It's on the law, but that's the law there. And from what this is saying, that the governor just, what do you call it? Like an executive order.
He declared, yeah.
Yeah, from on high.
From on high.
He declared that no guns will be allowed here because white supremacists. You saw that story.
I saw that.
They found 3 or 4 white supremacists.
Well,
I'm like, that are trying to show up at the meeting. I'm like, so good grief, this FBI can find one knucklehead on a keyboard anywhere in the world.
Yeah. So what it started out with, he wanted to do it all. He said not on the grounds, not in the buildings, and then they could only get the buildings.
Right.
And then he came up with this emergency to go ahead and get the grounds too. What it boils down to is they know what they're doing and they know people are going to freaking show up.
Yeah. Have you seen the grounds?
It's all like caged off and fenced up.
They have one entrance, one exit, and it looks like they added a couple of more exits only off to the side.
Wow.
So you have to go through one. If you want to be in there,
right,
they're going to have the whole thing fenced off, the security barricades. You're going to have to walk through their little gauntlet.
I mean, I hate to say this. What happens when they freaking close those gates and you're in there?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm going to stand right outside that gate with whatever I want to carry.
So I will say, going into this, I was on the fence, right?
Right.
Now, the more I listen, the more I see. I mean, all I saw for a while was a bunch of crazy guys.
Right.
Okay. This is just my thoughts on it. All I saw for a while was a bunch of crazy people. I listened to this. I listened to that impassioned speech there, and that, my friend, is what fires me up.
Yeah.
That is the one that fires me up. Not a bunch of the guys saying, wow, we got the freaking boogaloo and, we're going to do all this. But
you're running out of options. I mean, it's getting down to.
Well, we're a couple days away.
A couple days away, and everybody expects all the stuff that he wants to pass.
And, she's in it more.
And it's ridiculous. I mean, now what do you do? Do you fight it out? Do you take to the Supreme Court? Our government is not helping us at all. Finally, Trump did come out. Scathing rebuke
Finally.
to the Governor Northam. And this is what he said. Your Second Amendment is under very serious attack in the great Commonwealth of Virginia.
That's it. He pointed out the freaking obvious.
Hello.
This dude does not support.
God save the Queen.
Yeah.
Thanks, Trump.
Yeah. He does not support the Second Amendment.
No, he does
The
not.
only reason he likes the Second Amendment is because he can, use it to what he wants. He doesn't want to reinstate anything. He doesn't want to help out. He could do all kinds of stuff.
They could be calming people down right now. You listen to this lady's speech and the way she talked, and she is ready to put her life on the line.
Yes, she is.
And she's not wanting to pay this price, but these are people that are not going to back up.
And if you listen to, there's part of that you guys didn't hear. And I want to say thank you for, sticking through the long.
It was a long clip.
It was a long clip. I appreciate it. But I felt like it was important. I've been mulling over this all week. But she referred to stuff as, we're not going to take it. We've got stuff in play. Read between the lines, man. What's she a part of? Because I think she's probably in pretty damn deep.
Well,
from the sounds of it.
From the way she talks and the reasoning she's given, these are the people that I talked about. These people are not. They're
serious.
They know the actual cost. They're not out there to play some silly game. They know, you're going to lay your life on. You're going to give your life up for this.
And, they're on their own, really. It's just them, the people, or us. It's just we, the people, at this point, because the president had his say. That's what he said. The NRA, GOA is there, right? Gun Owners of America. The NRA is kind of there. They only came out of the woodwork when they threatened their freaking range and their museum or whatever. That's the only reason they even showed up.
They should be. I'm telling you, I'm willing to guarantee you they're getting pressure from the White House to stay quiet. Because if nothing else, you get out there and you start fundraising and it's an attack upon.
Right.
It is an attack on the NRA and the Second Amendment.
Oh,
because that's where they're headquartered at. That's they're one of the shooting ranges. They have one of the biggest shooting ranges,
ones. Yeah,
out there, and it was going to outlaw it.
Oh yeah.
So there's no reason for them not to be fundraising on this and campaigning on this and getting millions of members, except they're being told politically, stay quiet. And then the President of the United States, who is so pro Second Amendment, I love most of what the man does, but he is not pro-gun.
He's not pro-gun.
He is not pro-gun at all. And people need to. You need to be able. You have absolute faith in God alone. God alone. All right. Stop thinking this is not chess. This is not some grand plan. No, he's screwing up on this, and people, his supporters need to call him out on it and say, you need to back this. You need to back the Second Amendment. You need to send out federal marshals. You need to tell these people that are about to take measures in their own hands. I don't know if they're going to do legally. I don't know what they're going to do, what their fight is. I don't know. But you're the President of the United States. You need to be standing up. You swore to defend. You got in a covenant. You swore to defend the Constitution of the United States. That's serious business. You need to defend it. And you need to calm these people down and start telling them, we're not going to allow this to happen.
I mean, but
that's not happening.
And you got to think back during the, later in the summer, back in the past, he came out and said the climate is not right for gun control. I think he said, I've thought about it, and the climate is not right for gun control. So that tells you he has considered it. He has thought it out. And I think he looks at this like,
I think he was counting votes. Yeah. I think he was polling Congress and saying, hey, what do you
I think he looks at this and goes, someone else is going to start this thing for me. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about it. He can do this. That takes place in Virginia, and then it's going to travel everywhere. I mean, look at Washington State right now. Washington State right now, they have all kinds of different crazy Bloomberg-type stuff, like no one can own semi-automatic guns, but you know what? No one's talking about it. And I feel everyone's paying attention to Virginia right now, and Virginians are standing up. Washingtons aren't, or Washingtonians, is that...
Well, it's not getting the press right now.
They're not getting the press, but people really aren't standing up that much for what's going on. And
all the hype's on Virginia right now.
It's almost just as bad as Virginia.
Well, you got Virginia, you got Nevada. It's when I started selling some of my guns that I just like because, this one was pretty or that one, for whatever reason.
Pretty guns.
Yeah. And I told them, I sold them. God, what a deal. What a deal. You should have got in on it. I was like, I'm not having my door kicked over. Oh, that ain't coming. I'm like, it's coming, man. It's coming. It's coming right now.
Right.
They're moving.
Oh, yeah.
They're making moves. The time is short.
I don't know. This whole Virginia thing just, this is about the only time I'm kind of glad I'll start work here in February, but it's about the only time I'm glad I'm really free because Monday I am going to be sitting in front of this computer. I want to see what happens.
We have no idea what's going to take place.
You want to come over and bring the popcorn? We can have us a little live watch party.
Not with your internet. No.
I'll come to your house. You can make some jambalaya.
Yeah, I'll have several different streams going, and I'll be following as much as I can.
I feel like you're dissing on my internet service.
It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad.
It's not great. That's for sure. But
no, it's what's crazy is what's going to happen. What's going to happen?
I don't know.
Is this going to be a shot across the bow? Is this going to be a straight out boogaloo? If you boogaloo.
Oh, God. Don't say that word.
Yeah.
I hate that.
It's so stupid. Well,
it is stupid.
It's from Breaking 2.
Stupid.
One of the most god-awful movies ever, but it was Breaking 2, Electric Boogaloo, and it's like, what a clown. How stupid is that? So now it's everything is part 2. But... Southern Poverty Law Center is adding that to their white supremacist terminology.
The boogaloo?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. It's ridiculous. So, I mean, if they go there, can't half step, man.
I don't know. Anything we're missing on Virginia?
No flexing.
Anything we're missing on Virginia? Are we kind of up to date on it? Did we miss anything?
Not too much. FBI supposedly arrested 3 white supremacists over concerns they might engage in violence at Virginia gun rally. is absolute nonsense. This is showing you the
They're
FBI.
setting it up. They're setting it up.
The FBI's in on it. This is the narrative.
Yeah.
They're going to, if you're for guns and all this stuff, you're a white supremacist. And they have one that they arrested, and they had him all over the news. He was a Canadian. I'm like, first of all, he's Canadian. What kind of damage is he going to do?
It's a freaking Canuck.
Yeah, he ain't going to do nothing. Those dudes eat too much syrup. They ain't going to do nothing. I mean, their greatest claim to fame is they have us as neighbors. That's why nobody messes with.
Well, we're not going to be too popular in Canada now, thanks. There goes all our Canadian listeners.
We're going to lose all 10 of them.
I don't even know if we have that many.
Probably not. They don't know nothing about anything.
Listening to us up in the freaking
And why don't y'all come get Jim Carrey and take him back home?
Yeah, we don't want him. We don't need him. We're done.
Sick of it.
We're done with him. So, okay. Virginia.
I'll even keep Justin Bieber.
Ooh.
I'll keep him. I'll just stay in the corner and be quiet. But y'all got to get Jim Carrey. Y'all come collect your garbage. Come collect him and take him back home.
As a public service announcement by Patriot Defense as we try to lobby for new listeners in all different countries.
There you go.
So there you go. Okay, Virginia. I think we're done with Virginia for right now. And if something happens big during the week,
probably have something to say on. Might have to do. You're gonna have to do a Monday cast.
I might have to do a Monday cast, a Monday podcast.
Don't have to.
I might even go live with it while everyone's at work. We'll see. Fire me up at work. Share me with your coworkers. Okay, so what are the gun safety rules? You know the gun safety rules?
The ones for you having a gun or the ones for me having a gun?
Well, they're just the basic gun safety rules.
Yes.
Okay, what's one of them?
I don't know.
Keep your finger off the trigger until you are ready to fire the gun.
Unless you're ready to destroy it.
Do not point the gun at anything you're not willing to kill or destroy. Yep, and gun is always loaded. Well, I've got us a little clip here.
Okay.
Let's play this clip.
After a man shot himself accidentally in the face at a Fort Wayne bar, we've learned he was showing his gun to someone when it went off. Officers were called to the Latch String Bar and Grill on North Clinton near the Lima Road split around 1:40 yesterday. The victim was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The man, whose name hasn't been released, reportedly did not think the gun was loaded.
He was showing his gun to a friend.
At a bar.
At a bar, go figure.
Okay.
And he shot himself in the face.
I tend to think the drinks were involved in this.
You think there might be?
There might be.
He didn't know the gun was unloaded, but yet he pointed it at his face and he pulled the trigger.
Who has it? I mean, come on. Let's cut the guy some slack.
The first thing I do at the gun store is pick it up, look down the barrel.
Look down that barrel.
I like to watch it go click.
How you going to see if it's loaded unless you look down the barrel?
That's right. That's exactly it. No, honestly, this is freaking ridiculous, right? Yeah, I didn't know the gun was loaded.
It's kind of amazing, actually.
First of all, why would you carry a gun that's not loaded?
Yeah, good point.
And then you look down the barrel and pull the trigger. How else are you going to shoot yourself in the face?
I wonder if he meant to shoot himself and lived through it and like, oh crap, I sobered up and I'm in trouble, or if he was just that intoxicated.
Maybe he's taking a selfie. We had that happen a few weeks ago.
Good grief, people!
Damn selfies get you in trouble every time.
You're killing people. Good grief!
Oh man,
shouldn't even be taking pictures of your firearms. You know, that's Google's logging that down.
Yeah. Well, if you want, who knows? Anyhow, stupid is as stupid does. I mean, that's whatever. They're out there. I was going to talk about something. I kind of forgot what it was.
Okay, is it on your list?
Nah, but let's play this one right here. Okay.
Okay, we got it in the clip.
That was just in a drawer right in that room. It wasn't hard to find. It wasn't hidden. It wasn't stashed under a bed or anything. It was in a drawer right there.
A trip to Tahoe turns into a nightmare after a young boy finds a gun inside a rental property managed by Turnkey and posted on Airbnb. John Segarra and his family had just arrived and were unpacking the car, excited for a fun weekend away, when he says his son found the gun in the back bedroom. The gun was loaded and sitting in a bedside table next to a Santa Clara County Sheriff's deputy's badge.
Whose is it? Are they coming back for it? Are we safe here? Is there anybody like looking for it right now? Like, do we have to wait for somebody to pull up in the middle of the night looking for their firearm? So I think that's kind of what kind of freaked us out, where we didn't want to stay there anymore.
They called police, who came and picked up the gun. Airbnb did not respond to our request for comment. Turnkey tells us this type of situation is unusual and that they take the safety and security of their guests very seriously. The Santa Clara County Sheriff's Office says they've launched an internal investigation. They say the gun was not stolen and it was not a department-issued gun, but that it was the deputy's personal gun. They're thankful no one was hurt, as is Segara, who says it could have been much worse.
It's a mistake, but what I'm thinking is how do we leverage this as a learning experience now? You know, how do we leverage it to get better training, to educate more vacation goers and property management places to, you know, take more initiative to really clean these spaces, especially when families are coming there.
You only want to clean these spaces when families are coming.
You know this place is not clean. I mean, we're not talking a little dust in the corner. We're talking a whole firearm.
And a badge with the name on it.
I'm surprised they turned it in. How old was the kid?
I think he was pretty young. I saw in the video some younger children.
I can imagine a whole lot of children saying, "You ain't getting this gun back. It's mine."
Well, you know, it was a Ruger LCP. So.
Okay, give it back.
Yeah. Give it back. You don't. Back. I think one of our Facebook guys, I think it was Josh, said, "Yeah, I would have left it too."
Yeah. That's you probably that's probably the LCP that took out Jimmy Hoffa or something. Just get rid of his trash gun.
How do you forget your gun and your badge? How does that work?
I don't know. What was he doing staying at the Airbnb?
I don't know.
Is this a married man? Is this in his hometown?
I don't know. Maybe they need to start checking under maybe they need to start dragging the freaking lake.
Questions there.
You start dragging the lake looking for. Oh, absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Was he alone?
I don't know.
Oh,
man. We got to keep an eye on this story. We might have an update.
We got a whole scandal taking place. We just made it up.
we need to call down there and tell them our thoughts.
Yeah.
Have you guys checked into this?
Is there security footage? Does he come in alone? Does he leave alone?
So there was a video, and I don't know if you saw it or not. I know you don't have Facebook, so I posted it on Facebook. I don't think I sent it to you. Did you get the one where the guy was the knife and the two officers are telling him to drop the knife, and the guy didn't drop the knife, and they ended up shooting him? And they shot him, and then they walked toward him, and the guy jumped back up, fell down, jumped back up off the ground, and jumped on the other officer and flipped him over, and it looked like he's about ready to stab him or slit his throat, and the other officer pulled up the gun and shot the guy right in the chest, I think, and knocked him over.
Wow.
Killed him. So I posted that on Facebook. I was going to say I'll post that.
Sounds like a good shoot. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say I'll post that on Facebook, and I'm not law enforcement. I'm not, I guess, judging them. But what I looked at this, and what I see is, you always shoot until the threat is over. But you know, you need to remember, and we've talked about this before. Just because you've put holes in someone and they fall on the ground, that doesn't mean that they're done. That gentleman got back up again. You know, I think I won't say the law enforcement guys were relaxed, but they shot him. He fell over. They kind of lowered their firearms like they should to a certain extent. And then they got a little too close and the guy jumped back up and he was like, nothing ever happened. And when Dean was on the podcast, he stated it as, imagine how you stop someone when you shoot them is you lower their blood pressure. You put holes in them, they bleed out. And I may butcher this, but I thought this was the best explanation ever. So imagine a column of water. You put that is 6 foot tall. You put a hole in it. The pressure goes down. It falls over. The same way with the human body. The human body falls over. It's all of a sudden 6 inches tall. The blood pressure goes right back up again.
Right.
And they jump up and they come at you. So remember that. You need to shoot until the threat is no longer a threat. Shoot until the threat is over. And then you also need to pay attention to that 21-foot rule.
You need to pay attention to the 21-foot rule. I kind of like that they didn't. I've had my rants on it. I hate where everybody dumps the mag. I mean,
right.
Sometimes you got to kill somebody.
Right.
Sometimes it's life and death, and you got to kill this person, and we're okay with that. You know,
right.
You can say that you're trying to stop the threat. You're killing him. That's your goal. You're going to kill him, and that's how you're stopping the threat. And that's the only way to completely stop the threat.
Right.
But if you shoot until he's no longer a threat, every time you've killed him.
Right.
I like that they gave him a chance to give up. To give up either.
So yeah.
you got a bullet hole in you, might want to reassess that.
Right.
This time it didn't. That's the chance you take. That's the chance you take with that, unless you just kill everybody in every instance that you pull your firearm.
Right. And I want to say that, I don't know how I'd react in that. We can talk about, and I stated this on Facebook, we can talk about 21-foot rule. Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? Why didn't they stay on him after they shot him? Why didn't they shoot him sooner?
21 feet's a lot of space.
So it is. And a human can cover that in like 1.8 seconds or less, I think, something like that. And it's a stated fact. It's a Massad Ayoob did a bunch of tests. He's not the only one. It's also known as a Tueller drill. And I mean, they've done enough tests that they use that like in court, like someone with inside a 21 foot or closer with a knife as a threat. But I don't want to judge these officers because there's adrenaline. There was all kinds of stuff's going on, but they let this guy with the knife push them. Like walked toward him, like pushed them, and they kept moving back. I don't know. I mean, were they close enough to use less lethal, possibly, to stop this guy? I mean, he pushed them out into a main road.
Wow.
They just kept backing up, and you're just like,
at some point,
he's approaching you with a knife. I mean, I don't know what their standards are. I mean, I don't know if you do, but you're telling him to drop it, and he's not. It's not like he's standing there. He's got a knife, and they're saying, drop the knife down, stop right there, drop the knife, set the knife down, stop there. The guy has a knife, and he's approaching them, and they just keep moving back, and they're walking backwards. I mean, when were they allowed to pull the trigger on that guy?
Well,
he was approaching him. He wouldn't do what he said. He had a weapon.
I agree with erring on the side of life.
Well, sure.
But you reach a point where
that
you're
officer
emboldened.
Lost his.
You reach a point where you're emboldened this guy.
Right.
Where he's like, they're not going to do anything. And he's going to take more foolish chances.
Right.
From that sound, you should have shot him already.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
either broke out the non-lethal.
Or something.
Or shoot him.
I don't know. It's pretty. I'll show you the video before you leave. It was pretty.
Everybody's insane now.
Intense video.
Everybody's insane.
Oh yeah.
The world's going crazy.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, you can't. People are like they're in comic books or something. They've watched too many movies or something. When somebody's doing stuff like that, like I said, I like erring on the side of life. It's like,
right.
If you can, everybody goes home. If you can't, you reach a point there where you keep backing up. This guy's pushing you and has a knife in your hand.
That threat has made his choice.
Yeah, well, you're emboldening him now where you're allowing it to escalate.
Right.
So, I don't.
Pretty intense video, though. I'll tell you that much right now.
I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, I'll play it for you. So, we've got another article. Okay. And I'm not going to tell you what's interesting about this article. I'll let you guys pick it out, and then we'll discuss it. But it's about a lady that comes home, finds a gentleman in her house, and has to take matters into her own hands. And we'll go ahead and play that.
New this morning, we are learning new details about a shooting near Monkey Junction earlier this week after the 911 calls were released. You can hear the caller talking to the man she shot while on the phone.
Yesterday, we told you Wilmington police confirmed a man shot inside the home was a breaking and entering suspect. Police say 37-year-old Michael Jarvis was shot around noon Tuesday at a home on Honeybee Lane. Police say a woman came home and found her front door ajar and heard someone moving from room to room. She then reportedly got her handgun, confronted Jarvis, and shot him. In the 911 call, you can hear the woman talking to Jarvis as she's on the phone with dispatch. Take a listen.
What's the address of the emergency?
I just shot somebody in my house. I just shot him about 4 or 5 times.
About how old is he?
I don't know. How old is he? 30? 30.
Is there serious bleeding?
No, you can't have water. What?
Is he completely alert?
Yes.
Jarvis remains in critical condition. Police say the homeowner will not be charged.
That is a great soundbite because you can actually hear the dispatcher trying hard not to start laughing. How old is the suspect? How old are you? 30? 30? No, you can't have water. She must have gut shot him. So if you hunt and you gut shoot an animal, the first thing they do is run downhill and they head to water. I'm so like, man, she must have gut shot the crap out of him.
Well, 4 or 5 times.
4 or 5 times.
I wonder what she shot him with.
No, you can't have water. The dispatcher was trying hard not to start laughing.
I'm surprised she stayed in there.
Dude, that was awesome. That was, I'm going to, if she shot the guy 4 or 5 times, kudos on her because, I mean, just 4 or 5 times. I mean, I won't say she was a great shot, but she handled herself well under pressure.
She stayed on target. I mean, we don't know how far away she was shooting, but
enough to make him want to drink.
Yeah. That's rough, man.
Oh my God, that was
get shot and humiliated. But if he took 4 or 5 gut shots, he might not make it.
Yeah, he's hurting. So
yeah, you get a couple of liver punctures.
You got any other stories we're missing? We're not.
I sent you a bunch of them, man. I don't really have too much right now.
If you got any, you pull them up. I failed on the printing off of the stories today.
The main news is Virginia, and finally Trump has spoke, and he
spoke, but he didn't speak.
Well, they got this thing of this new political do-nothingness that's I'm observing it closely. And that's exactly what it sounds like. I'm observing it closely. I'm like,
no, he's not.
No, he's not.
You don't care.
Why don't you do something, man? Why don't you, the president of the United States? Why don't you calm these people down that are about to,
they're getting ready to hang that guy from the freaking tree up there.
I wouldn't be surprised if the governor don't make it much longer.
Getting ready to hang old blackface.
I'm kind of shocked that he's still here, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So, well, I've been having a lot of classes and stuff. We'll kind of close up with this, I guess, unless you find another article. Just if you do, let me know. I've been doing a lot of classes, a lot of private classes. I had a lot of husbands and wives coming down and shooting, and I don't know what ignited it all, but man, the private classes are so much fun, and I learned so much doing them, helping people shoot. I've been doing a little shooting on myself, I've been shooting on my own as well in between classes. It's kind of cool. I schedule like a 2-hour private class, and I give myself an hour to shoot, and then the other class comes in an hour later. It's freaking fantastic. Lots of time on the range for me.
I'm happy to hear that because a lot of people, they will go back and forth on this decision to get a gun or not get a gun, or get a gun or not get a gun, and they finally make that decision and they get the gun, or they don't, but they get the gun. Well, you just start it. All right. Now you
got to shoot it.
You got to shoot it. You got to learn how to shoot it. You got to learn how to be safe with it. And you need to put some holes in paper, man. You got to spend time with it.
Oh yeah.
You have to, or you will freak out and not. God only knows what you'll start doing.
Oh yeah. No,
and those crazy trigger pulls and ham-fisted and slinging bullets all over the place.
Oh, I agree.
God only knows what you're going to hit. If you're going to have a firearm, just like the whole school thing or church shooting.
Yep.
I don't know what that church's security measures were, what they, what their rules for their security were.
Right.
But I do know one guy can take a pretty decent shot.
Right. Oh yeah.
Now, he may have had a little help up from above, but he was able to reach out across that.
They were prepared. Prepared better than most churches. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, well, most churches don't have anything.
Yeah, most of them have nothing. So,
but you got to spend time. So I'm glad to hear that people are coming in, because that's where you start. And I know people. I shot for a long time, long time, and then I got to where I didn't shoot for a long time because I lived in Commie, California, and I got out here and I'm like, I can shoot anything. I couldn't shoot worth of crap anymore. And I'm like, wow, how did that happen? So I had to spend some time.
So we've got, you want to try something on this podcast?
We can try
something new. You want to play with something?
Want some cheese?
No.
Okay,
check this out here. You keep talking about something. I gotta get this all ready to go here.
Okay. Well,
keep talking.
I'm curious to see what you're going to do, man.
Talk, man.
Put no pressure on me, man. I'm talking. But yes, people, please take a class somewhere. Get a Mantis. It is a great investment. The training you'll get out of a Mantis is what, $150?
Yeah, $150. They got a brand new one now too, I think, with glasses or some crap like that.
What? I had to look for that.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen that one?
you'll spend $5,000 worth of ammo getting the training you'll get out of dry firing with a Mantis. And you can do it anywhere at any time. We're raining inside, follow the safety rules, check your firearm, make sure it's not loaded. But you need to get one of those. You need to go take some classes, learn. You don't want to be fearful of your firearm, but you want to be respectful. You want to. It is a weapon. You got to treat it like it's loaded.
Right.
But yeah, spend some time with it. Get your training. And then if anything goes down, if anything goes crazy and you have to use it, you're much better prepared to use it. Getting the gun is just the start of it. Okay, so what you got over there?
Hang on.
You done wrote a book over there, man.
I know. Just give me a second here. I'm getting this.
I'm going to find this Mantis.
Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try something we've never tried before. You ready? You ready for this?
Just in case we disconnect.
Just in case just in case. Let's go.
Look for us on Monday, because Monday's the big day. We got to see what's happening.
Come on.
That's crazy that this is just 2 days away. 2 days away. We don't know what's going to happen. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You blindsided somebody.
Nah, I'm not.
Okay.
Mr. Tiger.
How's it going, guys?
It's pretty good. So where are you at right now?
I just crossed over from Oklahoma into Missouri.
And you just got back from a running gun?
I left a running gun about 2.5 hours ago.
Sweet. How'd you do? How was it?
It was awesome. I don't know how I placed yet. They actually don't send out the results for a couple of days beyond like the winners. But I did a 15K that turned into, with Oklahoma math, about 11.88 miles, so pretty much a 20K. Shot 14 stages. It was awesome. Yesterday when I was running, it was 35 and pouring down rain.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic time.
So let me fill everyone in for what we just did here. Everyone's going, whoa, what did you just do? So
nobody was blindsided.
Oh, everyone was blindsided.
No, I mean, you're not going to get a random call and
right,
not let them know that they're on the podcast.
So this is Tiger Schultz. I've had him on a few times. He puts together a bunch of big run and gun down where Kentucky, right?
Yeah, last few have been in Kentucky.
And so he saw me on Facebook Live, and he said, hey, give me a call. So I got this fancy new equipment, and that I did. So you got some big news going on down there in Indiana. What are they trying to – they're trying to take your rights away down there, aren't they?
They're trying to do some red flag laws down here, man, and trying to do some an assault weapons ban that is worded insanely poorly. So here's how this thing is worded. Any AR-15 rifle would be banned. AR-15 pistols or fully approved short-barreled rifles, completely okay.
Really? Are they doing are they doing a magazine down there limit down there too?
Trying to do a mag limit, but only on weapons that are classified as rifles and not federally approved SBRs.
So did you guys even see this coming, or they just kind of hit you with it?
They just kind of, they do this every year. This one representative from northeast side of Indy, he brings this stuff about every year. It is what it is. It always gets shot down. It goes to the Judiciary Committee, which is a weird place for a law like this to go, but I'm glad it does, because the guy who is the head of that committee, he pretty much just shoots it down and moves on with life.
Gotcha. So you going to pack your bags and head over to Virginia? The big rally's on Monday.
I am not. I'm actually, funny story, I'm not even going all the way home tonight. I'm stopping at Lucas Oil Cattle Company in, I believe it's in Crestwood, Missouri. It's in this tiny little town. I'm going to spend a couple of days there planning Zombie 2020. Zombie 2020 is moving to Missouri, most likely.
Oh, wow. Well, you're not much on operational security, are you? What milepost are you at right now?
Honest to God, if I got pulled over right now, I'd probably go to jail with the amount of firepower I have.
Just tell them you're going to Virginia. You'll be all right.
You're headed to the Boogaloo, man.
That's right. The like to have this little cash.
Yeah, I'm sure they would. I'm sure they would. So, well, I tell you what, sir. We are actually toward the end of our show. I appreciate you saying, "Hey, have us give you a call." We'll get you back on again because I want to talk to you some more about some other stuff. But I'm going to let you go for tonight, if that's okay. You drive safe, sir. Okay, and we lost him, dropped him. We did something. I think I pushed the wrong freaking button, but.
Getting a little button happy. There.
I'm getting a little button happy. So
actually, they have a Mantis now for handguns for $99.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
$99.
Yeah,
that's pretty slick. So,
yeah.
Well, that was cool. We got to call Tiger. I kind of blindsided you with that a little bit, didn't I?
Yeah, I wasn't reading it. He was up there saying, "Hey, give me a call. I'm ready to jump in," and I'm like. Oh wow! You're not gonna tell a man you're recording?
Nah, he told me to call.
So. After I saw that, I was like, okay.
We had to try out the new equipment right here, and it worked pretty good, man.
Philip says it's gonna be a California type band.
Oh, the one over at Phillips over there in Indiana too. I forgot about that.
Man, they're coming for everything. They're coming everywhere too. Look at Arizona. Man, these states are turning blue too. We're losing the country. We're losing it.
Yeah, we are. It's coming faster and faster and faster. But
we're losing it.
I want to end the podcast today with just saying, go out and you touched on it as well. Go out and shoot. Go out and train, man.
Do it. Yeah.
I won't say that it's been overwhelming. I've had overwhelming suggestions, but I've had some suggestions to possibly put together some videos, just some little videos of how you do this and how you do that type of thing. And I'm going to do that. I tried over the last couple days. And I'm kind of working on one, and you guys, when they come out, you have to bear with me because, it's a whole new media for me, right?
Okay.
And it's, anyhow, I'm sure I'll improve over time, but give me next week and you'll probably at least get one little video out and you guys can critique me and let me know what you think. But I'm going to just do some simple things, how to draw correctly, how to, just some simple drills that maybe you can even do on the range. And we'll kind of see how it goes. Kind of share some training tips.
Yeah, people like that. And they like short, relatively short. I tell you what I hate is when people put up a 30-minute video and have like 2 minutes worth of actual content that's worth something.
Right.
And the rest of the time they're talking about, I don't know, cheesecake or broccoli. Or I'm like, what the frick are you doing, man? It's just nonsense. They trying to pad up the...
Oh yeah,
they pad up the time and they pad up the views, and I'm like, ugh.
I'll tell you what though, I can stand up in front of a class full of 30 people, 40 people, whatever it might be, and I can do my thing. I can talk, I can teach, I can go out on the range with them, I can instruct, no problem whatsoever. I can get on a radio show, I can talk live. It's a live radio show. Do that live. I can record this podcast, do the Facebook Live, and I'm fine. You put a little camera in front of me that is not live, one that I'm going to get a chance to edit.
That's crazy.
To my liking, and I just lose it.
You got all the power in the world.
I just lose it, man.
You can delete it.
I look at it, and I do delete it. I spent all Thursday making little videos, and guess what? I deleted every one of them.
Okay.
We'll get better at this. But until then, if you like the show...
Just get your son to record it and let him post it.
He likes to... he does a good job of that. But he likes to talk while I'm like, you can't talk. It's freaking, you can't do that.
Okay.
He likes to,
color commentary, man.
He's 14 years old. He likes to razz me as much as, more than anyone.
So you'd only post the ones you mess up on.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So, okay. Well, if you, we appreciate you listening to the podcast. If you liked it, share it with your family, your friends. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Stitcher. And soon to be hopefully some other different social media platforms. I got to get the bugs all worked out. But if you like the show, go ahead, share it, subscribe to it. Make sure you hit subscribe. Review it if you want. Share it with your friends. We sure appreciate it. Our numbers have been going up a little bit, and kind of makes us want to come in here and do more of this, right?
Yeah.
It's good to see that we're appreciated. And we like feedback.
Yeah. I want some feedback.
Yeah, if you got feedback, good and bad. Okay, we kind of want to hear some bad feedback. Do you want to hear?
I think bad feedback.
Tarver likes bad feedback.
Bad feedback's more honest. It's like, tell me what's wrong.
That's right. If you have good feedback, send it to me. If you have bad feedback, send it to me. If the feedback is bad,
you can't give me.
Well, no. If the let me finish.
Okay.
If the feedback is bad, go ahead and send it to Patriot Defense. You can email patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. It's patriotdefense13@yahoo.com. And if it's bad feedback in the subject, go ahead and put in there Cajun Cowboy. And I'll make sure it gets to where it needs to go. You can call me. You can text me, area code 620-794-6223. It's area code 620-794-6223. And I tell you what, if you watch Facebook Live, when we pop up on here, if you throw in there, hey, give me a call, I want to chat, I don't mind taking live calls. I can do it now. I know how to do it.
You better be careful.
It's successful. I'm willing to live on the edge.
Okay. People are going to troll you.
They're probably going to troll me. But until then, we are out of here. We will be back next week.
Maybe Monday.
Maybe Monday. We will.
Mondays. God, can't stress how important that day is.
Yep.
I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
No.
But
I mean,
I don't want to see nothing happen either. So it's a funny place to be.
Yeah.
There needs to be some pushback, but if it, I don't want to see it turn to violence, because if it turns to violence, you might as well go for broke, man.
Yeah.
Don't half step.
We'll see. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm going to get up, do my run early in the morning. I'm going to come back, and that's all I'm going to do. Watch and see what happens. So until then, we are out of here, and we'll leave you with this.
God save the Republic. Good night.